I'm Mitch Holder. I'm at Wildwood Guitars, Candyland, Colorado, land of Gibson's, some of Gibson's best instruments. And what I have here is this is a real classic model for Gibson. This is the ES-175. They've been in one of the few instruments that's been in continuous production since 1949 is when they came out. And this particular one, when they first came out, they just had a single pickup. They had that for a few years, and then they added the bridge pickup. So a lot of the jazz guitar players over the years have had the single pickup. The single pickup, it's got a very nice sound. If you're just playing jazz, it's perfect. But if you want something a little more versatile, you really do need this bridge pickup because it really adds to the flexibility of sounds and styles you can play and so forth. So this instrument, it's a full depth body. It's hollow, and it has laminated maple, figured, has a maple neck, has the Kluson style Tulip button tuners, nickel plated parts, has a double parallelogram inlays on a Rosewood fingerboard, bound, has 3-ply binding on the body, has 57 classic pickups, the original ABR tunematic bridge on a Rosewood base to bring the height up a little bit, and it has the classic, this tailpiece, as far as I can recall, this goes back to, I think, the late 30s, this style right here. So this tailpiece has been around quite a while, and it still looks great and does the job. This particular guitar, this is great, obviously for jazz, which is what I was playing. I got the neck pickup on, clean sound. Okay, so that's the jazz sound. Question, you hollow body guys say, whoa, what happens if you put distortion on it? You know, the whole thing will blow up. You know, the guitar will blow into smithereens. No, it won't. I mean, it's not going to sound like a Les Paul. It's not going to sound like a 335. But let's say you're on a gig and somebody requests, well, we want to, I don't know, rock and roll tune of some kind, and you want to chunk a little bit. Now, one thing about the chunk, and if you've seen some of my other videos, I use the same sample in a lot of them for the chunk, which is this, I play a power chord. It's actually a D power chord, and I flat the 5 on the low end, and I want to see if there's some frequency fluctuations happening. Most of the 335s, none of them did it. 137s, all the guitars I've been playing. Let's try this one. Okay, so there it is. There's the frequency. A little bit, not a lot, but it's because of the construction of the body. This is a hollow body. There's more air going through it, so there's more crosstalk of frequencies that are being picked up by the pickups, the top's moving more. All these factors will cause something like that. So all you want to do is just try and control it a little bit. You can do that by mainly keeping the treble control all the way up. Maybe you want to dial down the volume a little bit so you haven't got so much air going through the body. Let's try it. I'll take it down to about 8. Do the chunk again. See, the frequencies are less. So there's ways to get around things. So don't be dissuaded using distortion on these guitars just because you think it's not quite the right sound. If you tweak the volume controls, again, you know, I'm constantly talking about volume controls. That's where you get your sound. Any kind of guitar. I've been stuck. I remember a session one time they called me and says it's big band. And I brought a big hollow body. It was a Gibson, big hollow body, 17, 2 pickups. And I get to this date and it was 60s. It was 60s big band rock where you're playing backbeats real like you need a telly, right? And what did I do? Well, you gotta do what you gotta do. I turned the bridge pickup on, cranked the treble all the way up, went to the amp, flipped the bright switch, treble to 12, and anybody say a word? Nope. Got through the date. Okay, home free, out of here. Great. So that's what you want as a pro. You want to home free. Let's get out of here. Great. Okay. So that's the neck pickup. Now with both pickups on, let me go back to 10. So here, maybe I want to do a little bit more blues. Okay, that's kind of, you might say, well, it's a little bright. Can you darken it up a little bit? Answer, volume controls. Which ones? Well, let's dial the bridge pickup down a little bit. Leave the neck pickup up. It's a little fatter that way. So now I can adjust, well, we want a little more. Well, I'll turn the tone control down. So experiment with the volume controls. You need a little bit more treble, need a little bit more bass. Think of these as tone pickups. This is the bass tone pickup. This is a treble tone pickup. You need more treble. Turn this, maybe the volume up or down. Tone control up or down, and you can tweak the sound that you want to go for. Okay, now you think, well, hollow body, lots of air. What happens with two pickups if we put the distortion on? Whoa. Do I know? Well, each guitar is different. We'll see. Okay, so the crunch, so I'm going to do a crunch. Everything's on 10. Now, how about that? That has less frequency modulation than just the neck pickup had. Ask me what's causing that? I haven't got a clue. You know, the guitars are just all different. Try them. Try the guitar. Always try the guitar out acoustically first, see what it does. I have a sneaking suspicion, I haven't tried it, but I suspect that this guitar acoustically may be a little brighter. Okay, maybe I'll try it later. Okay, so we covered the two pickups. Now let's go to the bridge pickup. And this is the sound, if I had just a single pickup, I wouldn't be able to do this. So if I needed that backbeat sound, crank the treble. Doesn't sound that much different than the 335, does it? So, surprise, you know, it'll work. So, let's try it. Overdrive. Now this has a wound third string, so I can't do a whole lot of bending there. I can on the top string, but on the third string, that's about as much as I can bend it. So. So hey, I can get a pretty good distorted sound. Again, if we wanted a little less intensity on the distortion, I got it around 6, maybe a little less. So at this setting, I can dig in with my right hand with the pick, or a little less if I lighten up a little bit, it'll clean the sound. Okay, so that's the bridge pickup. So that is, before I stop, let me just hear what this thing sounds like acoustically. You can probably, maybe it'll pick up. Guess what? It's fairly bright. It's fairly bright. So when you play these guitars, try them out acoustically first, because if you plug it in and say it's a little brighter, some people like it a little darker, some people like it a little brighter. If I want to try and make this guitar darker and I start turning tone controls, it's not going to get as dark as you want. Go to another one. Hopefully in Wildwood has one of the best selections of guitars I've ever seen. So if you think there's just going to be one of these puppies here, think again, okay? And ask, the staff is so good, ask them when you talk to them, ask them, they'll tell you, you want more bright? Ask them. You want more mids? Ask them that. Dark? Ask them, they'll tell you. And it's key to the guitar. You can't change the guitar characteristics generally when you plug it in. It's just going to accentuate what's already basically there. Okay, so this is ES-175 Antique Natural, and check it out. Let's try it with the amp.